What's up, everyone? Nethervoid back, more Satisfactory, Season 2, Episode 48. And again, I'm back in the refinery. Last episode, we spent the whole time just kind of redoing the whole refinery, all the piping and stuff, because we had issues with, I think, too complicated of a pipe system, and we still kind of do. I've noticed that I'm not getting 600 per minute out of this thing, really just because I have buffers and this system right here. So I got to rip the whole thing out. I just have to rip all of these out, and there's really nothing we can do about it. And in fact, I don't even know if I can support this thing as far as, well, we don't want to rip that out. As far as the pipe goes, it's not going to be supported. It's just going to be floating in the air. I just can't think of a way to do it. Maybe later I will, but right now what we need to do is rip this part of the system out and just direct line this thing in. So we go up to get us some vertical drop right here, and I need to change this thing to the purple pipe here. Oops, and I also want to paint. And then we're just going to drop it. And I think the momentum of just dropping the liquid down like that is what gets us the non-backflow and all that kind of stuff. There's so much backflow in this system that we can't ever put anything like buffers or horizontal stuff in here. It just doesn't work. We never get the same amount of liquid back out for some reason. I don't know if it's eating the liquid, because these buffers would never fill up. But so I'm putting 600 in a lot. I feel like it's quite a lot, but I'm never actually getting it back out. And again, the buffers are not filling. Look, they're only at 260 or something like that. So I'm just going to tear them out. You know, I don't need these buffers if they're going to actually cause our system to have a problem. This is, again, what causes us to have less fluid per minute than we thought. Now, a system that uses solids is so much easier because you put something on the belt, it makes it into the machine. But with fluids, it doesn't really work that way. You can put a bunch of fluid, you know, you can calculate your system and at 600 per minute, let's say, and never actually get 600 per minute. You know, probably you can end up with, like what I had, like 200 per minute, because there's so much sloshing, basically going backward, that the fluid can't flow through the pipe, and you just never see that amount. You only actually get, going into here, 200 per minute. There is 600 per minute somewhere in this system, but what happens is you'll get fluctuation back and forth, up and down, right? The rate will jump up and down a lot. And how do I actually figure that out? So now let's look at this. 600 going in, right, at the top, just like we've seen, and I've watched for long periods of time. 600 coming out. This was almost always 500 to 550. But there was almost always 600 going in. It was weird. What would also happen is that would make this guy fluctuate up and down, and he would drop and then go back up, and it was like a big pain. Even though I'm pumping up, you would think that would never happen, that it would slosh back, right? You would think that would never happen. Another thing I noticed that I have to do is I have to limit these guys to exactly the amount I want them to do, right? This guy's got to do 160. He's got to fill the pipe 160. You can't just leave these guys to do whatever they want if you're doing more than 600, okay? This guy's got to do 440. He has to just only do 440. Because what happens is this guy pushes more than this guy, and you never get the plastics to actually operate. And I already also checked. I put this guy to 440 and left that guy wide open, and then this guy is pushing too much, and this guy can't get through either. So you've got to really regulate your liquids here. Now this guy's not going to be 600 probably. See, he's dropping a little bit as the system re-regulates. Now here's also what will happen is I could get slosh back and forth right here. That builds contention inside this this junction, and I never actually get the 600. I really hope that doesn't happen here. If it does, I'm going to have to think of some downward motion thing where I'm going to have to drop the liquid down, because horizontal pipes basically don't work. Right? See, look, it's fluctuating a little bit. Hopefully it evens out at 600, which means this guy will be 440, which I think is going to happen. I was watching it, and I think it does get to an equilibrium here. Anyway, so I had to fix that. I've been watching that. Been learning a lot about pipes. That really, if you're going over any extended period, you want to drop the pipe. You want to drop the liquid down. The gravity is almost the only thing that will keep your system stable. Now, once it gets down here, it stays relatively stable. See how we've got that flow issue there? But once this stabilizes, this thing's 300, 300, and everything seems pretty stable. One of the other things I noticed is we need to open these back up. We cannot have these be 42 because what happens is we don't get these things to buffer, right, up to 50. And then if you have any fluctuation at all, now you have a fluctuation in your output because you don't have an internal buffer. So we're going to take all of these flow restrictions off. We are going to restrict the flow back out, but we're not going to restrict the amount that goes in. And then what happens is we start getting this buffering. See, it's already happening. And that's good for the machines because when the fluid does fluctuate, you've got some extra in there, and it's not that big of a deal at that point. Now, the meters cubed per minute will stay 300, but even if it's 300, you don't know how much slosh is happening. This just tells you how much what the flow rate is, right? Actually, no, you do see sloshing from there. But what I wanted to see, and I'll show you when in the buffer shows us another metric that we don't get to see on these pipes. I'll show you, and this is really wonky. We could redo that. Let's wait for this guy to buffer up, and then I'll redo that real fast. Let's let all these guys buffer up. In fact, I'll go, oh, these guys are not. See, these guys were already buffered. So they're like perfect. That's awesome. They're already, they did not have a flow rate on these guys. So let's go unflow rate these guys, unrestrict them. Then I want to check one more thing because I got to make sure that this system does run. It did shut down again, and it's because I did not have the track connected so you can get more compacted coal. We ran out of compacted coal. So I got to go hook that up now. And we've been getting a consistent, you know, 12,000 or whatever it is out of our system over there, our turbo fuel power plant. So it's totally fine to rehook the train up again. The whole system can be hooked up again. So we'll do that in a second here. And then we got a couple of other things I want to do to, again, balance this system and make it a little bit more stable. Oh, I didn't hit enter. There we go. And then we will be on our way toward regular things. We'll be done fixing our power. Feels like something we've had to do forever. So see, we're only getting 200 right now, and I think that's because we've got a lot of things buffering, right? This guy's still trying to get used to it. We're also producing 640 over here. And let's see, yeah, 160 and 480. I think that's 640. 160 plus 480. Yeah. And so I'm thinking about turning off a couple machines. Because overproducing into this one Mark II pipe, I think is causing sloshing as well. I'm not exactly positive on that one. Good. 440. 160. Now, I've also seen 160, 440, and this pipe not have 600 in it. I'm like, how is that possible? I've watched these pipes have exactly what they're supposed to have in it, and this guy will be down at like 300 or 400. It's like, no way. There's no possible way that's real. And that could be because the sloshing back and forth in the junction, I think. But again, this guy stabilizes at 600. He's just about to be stabilized at 600. Before this was like 5 something, and we weren't getting all the throughput of our turbo fuel guys over here. So let's check this guy down here. This guy also is fluctuating a lot, and that's because we're going up and down here. Let's take out the old system, I guess. We don't need any of these pipes now. They do not help us. And I think we might have to eventually change this turbo fuel pipe as well, because again, there's some sloshing. Because it's too horizontal. But, you know, that's how pipes kind of have to be. It's just, usually these things are horizontal. I don't know what we can do about it. One thing we can do, though, that I noticed is put another valve right here to prevent backflow and prevent those kind of issues. Let's color this guy. That does help. I probably should have put it right there, actually, because I think we have one. We don't have one down there. Let's actually move to here. Oop, no, I want this. And then we will, let's probably paint that. And then, oops, damn. And then we can put our paint to this guy, because we're going to be making some of that stuff. Okay, let's go put another one of these guys on so there's no backflow. Oh, there we go. Okay, we've got one right here. Perfect. Now, see, it's set to 600. I don't know if we're getting 600 out of here or not. Right, we're getting 30 times 16. I don't think that's 600, but... No, it can't be because our top thing is 480, right? So I felt like it can help to set this to 480 So we don't have, even though we have a valve here, somehow we're getting some kind of sloshing. Because it's going, well, it's relatively stable at 480. I think we can leave it. I think we can leave it. That's what I noticed. But there's one more thing downstream that I noticed as well that's not good for us. And I'll show you in a second here. Yeah, 480, okay, that's about right. This guy, yeah, he's at 480. I don't think there's much more sloshing is going to happen over there. But what I noticed is we need to just drop these straight down into the machines. The buffers and things like that are causing issues right here. I need to slide. There we go. These are causing issues, because if you go up there and we're getting 480 pretty consistently. Oh, there we go. Okay. 114 is pretty good. We're losing about 5 meters per cubed per minute, I noticed, just by sending it through buffers. If I just pipe it in directly, it'll go to 120. So, I don't know. 116 is okay. I think I'm okay with that. The thing I was not okay with was when it goes down to like 105 or 97 or something. If I see that happening, I'm going to rip these out. So maybe this was the problem with those two valves I needed to play, or that valve I needed to place in between where the turbo fuel dips down and goes back up again. See, here we go. 108, 107. We're having a dip. Now, is it dipping on the main line? Where is that hole I made? Oh, it's down here. I want to see if it's dipping on the main line. So we've got 99. See, I don't want that. 99 and 100. And this line is doing, well, it's not even doing even close to 400 now. So see, there's some kind of issues with this. There's still issues with this system. Why is it doing that? It should just be 480 all the time, right? We're doing 480 per minute. That's what we say we're doing. But then we don't do it. Is it because we had buffering going on? It's possible. But that would be a lot. I mean, we dropped down to less than 100. There's no way we're doing that much buffering. Okay? We've got 2 machines that are still buffering. Okay, that's fine. These guys lost some of their residual because they were buffering as well. These first machines were buffering. So let's go see what happens. Oh, wait. Did we connect the track? If we didn't, we got to do it right now. We did. Okay, everything's connected. I might have done that off camera. Sorry about that. I was testing the system, and I couldn't remember which save that I had to do a bunch of saves to make sure I didn't screw something up and not be able to go back. Okay, so I hooked the whole thing up. We're running. It's all powered up, and we can go look at the power, and then we'll go back to that system, because I think it might just need to stabilize itself after the fix to the pipe. Yeah, here we go. Yeah, see, 1440. So I'm going to disconnect the coal so it doesn't shut off. Actually, I don't think I need to disconnect it. I believe... Oh, I know where to disconnect it. And I'm going to do that because I don't want it, the full system using it. So yeah, we've got 600 here all the time now. That's great. Almost 600, right? 595. That's good. We want 300 all the time over here, pretty much, and 300 on here. And that's what we're getting. Okay? So that stabilizes this system. And once that's stable, the turbo fuel becomes a lot more stable at 480. And if we drop down to here, hopefully we'll see that this guy stabilizes pretty high. See, 106, we're missing about 15 per minute here. That's a little bit less. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to directly pipe this in. Now, I do want to use floor holes, so I will probably still use floor holes. I don't know if the floor holes are the problem or not. When I reran this pipe the first time, the floor hole cut this whole system off. It was getting 0. So we can try that real quick. Yeah, let's set our pipes to turbo fuel so we don't have to do any painting. Again, I appreciate that comment so much. We're going to take all the buffers out, and this line's going to go straight in. Now, I think it's going to go straight to there. Let's see what we're set at for... I want to do horizontal to vertical. All right, there we go. All right, let's take this system out very fast and redirect this line so that we can get this thing working very, very fast, very quickly. I'm just going to do it to there. That should get us what we want. See how it's 0? The floor hole is not functioning right now. It's broken. So I think what I'm going to have to do is yank it from the top and redo it. So let me just do this. I'm also going to take out this flow meter, the valve. I'm actually going to, I can put the valve back in, but I'm going to set it to 0. I'm going to say I don't care how much you're sending over. Just send everything. I just want it to not backflow. And it shouldn't backflow since it drops, but let's just do that anyway. We'll just put it in. We won't care what it's set to. Right, there we go. Nice. Right, so now we're getting 116, because this should auto-split. We shouldn't have to regulate these valves. 133, that's a little high. That's okay. We're getting 145. That's because the other guys are not getting their fluid. I also noticed that this system right here is taking fluid somehow. I don't know how, because it's actually not supposed to take anything. It dips down into this trap and just sits there. And I also put a valve in, so there's no backflow. But just this little piece right here is causing us to lose some. You can see there's flow in here. Why is there flow? Where is it going? This system is dead. Nothing goes anywhere in this system. It's an overflow system, right? It's maxed. See how there's max pipe here? There's max fluid. It's full. It's not overflowing because our main pipe is not overflowing. So there should be no fluid, no rate here, right? It should be 0. But there's still fluid. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to set this to 0 right now. Just for right now. We want all that turbo fuel in our main system, right? So let's just turn that off. Maybe we'll get more out of it. Let's also take this off, because I think this is making us not get 240, right? There we go. And again, this one also making us not get what we want. Just do whatever you need. Okay? Now, let's look at this guy again. 141. That's actually too much, but that's okay. It's because, again, we have less going to these guys. So let's rip these systems out as well now. Now that we know we do want it that way. Again, we're probably going to have to deal with the floor hole not working, but we will see. Maybe it will work. Maybe we'll get lucky. Nope. Not working. So we've got to take off the top pipe and redo that. So we'll do that. I wonder if I can just do this. Will that work? Okay. 84 is really low. Is that what we're actually getting? 102. That's odd. This should be 120. What are we getting over here? 460. So that split up is like 110 and 115. 110. Now that's 440. Probably getting a lot over here. See, 114. Okay, 116. That is good. Okay, that guy's fixed. He is now unlocked, right? We got back our full amount. I don't know where this... Again, I don't know where this fluid per minute is going, but it's going somewhere. It's just not going in the train as far as I know. So I'm thinking we're going to have to mess with these pipes every time we drop one of these. Yeah, we're going to get 0 every time. This is just something we're going to have to do, is take this pipe out and put it back in. I don't know why we have to do that. I wish it wouldn't do that. But it is what it is. Is this off? No. So let's get this off as well. Let's unclog all these guys. I wish... You know, we're just finding out that it doesn't work the way we thought it did. I don't know why. It's just fluids are... I don't want to say buggy because I don't want to insinuate that there are bugs in the system, but it feels like there are bugs in the system. So, it is what it is. All right, let's tear this last one out too. And then we will be done with this piece, and we got one more piece I want to do. Because this system has to work correctly. We cannot have this, like, who cares, you know, this oh, who cares attitude about it. No, this has to work exactly how we think it's going to work. Okay? This one can't just work however it feels like it. There we go. Let's see what we're getting now when it kind of regulates itself. 115, right? What's the main pipe doing now? 470. Okay, 472. So that's right. 104, 110, something similar. Actually, it should be almost 120. They all should be the same, though, at least, though, now. Yeah, 118, not really. 120. Even that is odd. This should be evenly splitting. See? That's very strange. Maybe I should limit them to 120. Push the fuel back or liquid back the other direction. See, that's strange. That's strange to me. Oh, we got these guys locked, right? Shouldn't this limit it to 240? Wait, what? Oh, this limit's off and the other one's on. Okay, well, what we're going to do is take this off as well and let this auto balance by itself. Okay, and that it should do it. It should split completely evenly. Look, we're getting 482. That's perfect. We're getting our full amount coming down the line. And now we should end up with 240 on each side. And it's getting there. Eventually, it's almost there. We should have none over here. See how we got fluctuation? I'm just going to take this pipe out. It's causing issues. Inside this junction, I think. Now it's got to rebalance because we just messed with it. We're getting 500 now. That's odd, especially since this guy is regulated to 480. That's why I did that. So we got some slosh going on. Okay, it's stabilized, I think. Yeah, 248, I'm guessing. Yeah, 246. And 120. Yeah, it's all balanced out now. Everything is fixed. The flow is good again. 120. That's going to help. Now we're actually getting what we actually are producing, what we calculated. That was the part of the problem, is not getting what I calculated because the fluids are not doing what they think what we think they're doing. They're doing, you know, whatever the hell else they want, which is bounce all over the place and not get to the destination. So now they are. All right, that solves that. Sweet. So that's going to help us get 480 per minute and overproduce for the turbo fuel power plant, and eventually this thing will be backed up over there with extra fuel with nowhere for it to go. And that's what we want. That's why we built the system the way we did. So let's, I forgot to connect up this guy right here. It's really not that big a deal. It's just the hyper tube I don't even use very often, but that's cool. There we go. Can actually connect it off this. That's probably a better idea. We have a lot of extra poles here for no reason. Let's clean that up. I probably had that when this thing first went online and I just never changed it. But now we have all these overhead guys. So, oh no, wait, I can't do that. That guy is the coal plant. So let's take him offline. Let's disconnect these two guys, right? We should see two systems. Or not. We have a connection somewhere where coal is connecting. Gonna have to figure that out. Oh no, that just disconnects this train, right? Is that correct? It does nothing now. I think we have a connection somewhere else. I'm gonna have to figure out where that is. Because I want coal, only coal, to be running this place. I don't want it to care what's happening at the main plant. I'll have to fix that off camera though, because that might take a while. Let's get some power. Let's see. We can get some power from this other side. Maybe that's a better way to do it. From down here. Like we can draw this guy down, right? This is the main power system. So let's draw that guy down here. Well, and then maybe send him up this way. And then over would probably be good. To, I don't know, here would be good. Maybe like that, actually. Will this one do it? I think it will. Can't I just look right at the thing and... No, I can't. That's okay. I'll just put it in right here. I'll connect that guy to that guy. And then we'll be done with this thing. There we go. Boom, and... boom. Now we don't need this. Great. Okay, so let's move on now. We fixed that. It wasn't even part of the list. I just know I needed to do it, so. The pipe does look funky. I don't like that. I like the other systems we built. But they don't work, so it doesn't matter if I like them. It doesn't matter if I like the way they look. Now, I'm wondering if I can do this. Maybe give this thing a little bit of what looks like stability. Not really. Right? We can maybe do, like... Even that won't really... Yeah, see that? That's going to cut through the pipe. I don't like that. Oh, well, again, I'll figure that out off camera. We don't really have time for that kind of stuff. Alright, so I think I just fixed this system for good. Now, one of the other things I want to do, because we are having a problem with getting enough oil over here, because the oil pipe setup I have can't really keep up because it's not balanced. The liquids are not loading in a balanced fashion. And I spent some time on how we're going to fix this, because I've got 3 pumps going into 4 cars, right? How do I evenly balance that liquid? What's happening, and I'll show you in a second. Let me get down there. All right, we're going to play Dodge the Train, guys. Play Dodge the Train. Don't do this in real life. And, oh, Dodge the Train. See, we got trains backed up over here. And what's happening, if you see, you can see it from here now, is we've got a full amount going right into this pipe right here. 480s going into this first one, right? Because these are Mark II pipes. So it's taking the whole thing. Actually, it should split. What I thought would happen was right here it would split, and I get half going this way and half going that way. And then this one, oh, I see. It's still really not evened out. Because when I split this guy, I'm splitting him 4 times. So these guys are just getting less, right? They're getting like 300, and these guys are getting like 400. And I know it bounces around a lot, which is very strange. Especially considering right here I have a valve, so it shouldn't do that. Why is this guy only doing 300? Isn't he set to 480? Aren't you doing... Oh, 240. I thought this was doing 480. Because if not, that's a big problem. We don't have enough oil. I thought we had 480. Is this guy Mark 1? I thought I had Mark 2s. 240. Weird. Okay, okay, so I actually only have 720 coming in, and I'm burning way more than 720. I'm burning 1,200 per minute. So that's going to cause us a problem. We can't pump oil fast enough. Why are these all Mark 2s? They don't even need to be. If I'm only doing 240. I mean, I'm still going to have the balancing issue. I thought these were doing 480. This one's doing 480? What the hell? Pure 480. 120 megawatts, right? I thought this was 3 pure nodes. That's really strange. Now I'm really confused. 600. Well, it's fluctuating. I need to put some valves in there too and stuff. 240. Normal. Where's the pure node? Well, the normal node... Huh. Okay, this is... Okay. I have 2 480s and a 240, possibly? I thought we had 3 pure nodes over here. No, I got another normal. I could tap that. Yeah, okay. Pure. I don't know what this says. Let's go check. Wait, it says there's a node right here? How could that even be? Where's my third node? Where's my other node? Wait a minute. I have 3 nodes tapped. It says I only have 2 nodes tapped. I'm thoroughly confused. Okay, now it's showing up. Isn't there one over here, though? Pure. Normal. Pure. Interesting. Now it just got really interesting. Okay, so we actually have 480 times 2 plus 240. Exactly 1,200. We need more oil. This is not going to be enough. And since it's not balanced, it's not going to be able to keep up. So here's what I found out. Here's how I found out how to fix this. And actually, since we have... That's a normal. We probably should do this balancing on this side. Because this guy's got to be in the middle. So let's start getting this ready because I don't want to disrupt the flow of the oil until I absolutely have to. And here's what I found out, okay? We're going to need junctions here and here. Okay? And we're going to feed it. We're going to feed... Oh, I'm still on... Okay, I'm on the wrong one. Let's switch to... oil, right, to crude. There we go. We're switched to crude now. We're going to feed in the back right here. Okay? We actually are going to need... Well, we don't need Mark II pipe in there. Do we need Mark II pipe coming out? I don't know. 1,200? No, we need Mark I pipe. This all should be Mark I pipe, except what's going in. What's going in should be Mark II pipe, right? for 2 of them. Because 2 of them are 480, not 240. But this middle guy's going to be 240. So we're going to feed these guys in, and then they're going to go out of these 2 ends right there. And that's going to exactly balance this line, right? This guy's going to come in and split and send half that way and half that way. So this is 120 and 480 makes 600, and it's 300 and 300. That's how we're going to do this, okay? So that means that guy's going to have to come around here and connect, and that guy's going to have to come around here, connect, and this guy just comes straight into the back right here. So what we'll do is we'll just rip this out at probably at the pump and see if we can connect into the pump. That's a little bit risky, but I think that's going to be okay for what we're trying to do. I'm not sure I'm going to use junctions. I'm probably just going to direct line this sucker right in. But we're going to have to be fast, okay? So first thing we're going to do is we're going to rip this guy out. Let's actually get this hooked up, and then we'll rip everybody out. Let's do it. I don't want to hit the power lines, though. Let's rip all this stuff out. I mean, I thought that would rip that out as well, but apparently not. Let's rip all this out, too. We don't want any of this in here. None of this. None of this. We want it all gone. This guy actually needs to get ripped way back because he's going to totally turn. And now what we're going to do is connect Mark 1 pipe and like that. Okay, and we're going to do it over here, too. We'll probably move the power line just to make sure it works. There. Right? We're going to do it like that. We're going to do the same thing right here. And the same thing over here. Boom. Okay, now let's get this guy in. He is totally wrong now. And he's actually using the wrong kind of pipe because he's only doing 240. So let's get him over to here and then straight into there. Like that. And we'll put valves on all this stuff, but right now we have to just hurry up and get this done. This guy also needs to not turn so sharply because we need to make sure he comes back behind here. Uh-oh, I hope I can do this. Okay, cool. Alright, so let's make him come over to here and then up to here. Actually, can we just do that? No, we're going to make him come up to here so he at least looks cool. And, yeah, let's maybe make a cool turn instead of making it so super sharp. Alright, let's do it to this guy too. And then this will balance this whole line, and then we'll get the valves back in so there's no sloshing going on, or at least minimum sloshing, minimal. There we go. Same way we did the other one. Hopefully, yeah, that looks good, and boom. Alright, sweet. Is this the same now? No, not really. Let's move this one while we're already here. Make it a little bit nicer. The ones in the field, I don't care that much if they're super nice. But hey, we already did that, right? Okay, so it looks weird, and we do have to move these because the clipping. I'm not doing it. I'm just not doing the clipping. Let's get them connected at least, and then we'll just redraw all the power because I think these guys power all the pumps. I want to say. Is it all the way up? Yeah, they power all the pumps. When we pull this out, all the pumps will die. Right? Let's do one at a time here. Really should have Mark II pumps on this. But I already have Mark 1 pumps, so I'm not going to care. Just going to get this in, okay? There we go. All right, now I got to take this guy out. Going to have some issues again. Let's just do it real fast. And this should even out these lines. They should have 300 each in them now. The issue is we're going to need more oil, so we're going to have to literally tap some more oil. Why isn't this guy running? 100? 25? What are you doing? Okay, let's get some valves in here so that there's no backflow. And I'm not going to regulate them. I'm just going to tell them to go on there. Actually, we're going to do a lot of valves, so let's switch to our valve color here. Let's get this guy. There we go. Cool. Okay. So let's get these in so we can stop any kind of backflow that's happening. I also want to put them in up and down this because we will have some sloshing if we don't. So let's do that. Let's copy one first. There we go. Let's put one like in the mid right here. Maybe, yeah, there we go. Right there. Maybe one back here. We don't want any sloshing. And we might have sloshing. What we might have to do is we might have to pump this up and let it run down, just like we've done with other systems. Because this is a very long horizontal, right? We don't want that. And we really don't want it to backflow and stop the guy from pumping, right? So let's make sure that that doesn't happen. 480. And it's all getting out of the pipe. That's awesome. 240. Again, why is this 240? Shouldn't it be 480? Where is all this going? 0. Well, that's wrong. 0? All right, let's do this again. Maybe 300. Well, that's, again, it's wrong. Isn't this 480? Well, it's building up now. Why can't it get out? It's probably the valve. It's full. The pipe is full. Why is the pipe full? The pipe should not be full. Why is it not moving? I know we're not full upstairs, so 120. This is still not 300. It should be 300 each. This is 6. 150. Okay, we also are probably going to have to make sure that this does not back slosh. Okay. This is one directional too. And this should auto split itself. So I'm not going to worry too much. This should be 120 pretty much. But we might have sloshing back and forth from here too. I might have to pump these up and then down into these junctions. 0. Why? 300's going up. Finally. There we go. Maybe it's uncorking all of its problems here. Why are these 0? Are the pumps not working? The pumps are completely working. Ah! Why do the pipes do this to me? 20. 0. I don't understand, guys. Let's redraw these now that we have fluid. I don't know. I'm just kind of guessing at this point. It's probably because I drew them straight into a pump. And it doesn't like that. I don't know. It worked over there. It was fine over there. Let's get back on our pipe swatch here. There we go. Okay. Oil pipe swatch. Well, there's liquid in the pipe. Maybe this changed the head lift. It shouldn't, but maybe. Let's look, I guess. Oh, it's stopping right here. It's got an issue right here. These dumb valves, sometimes, man, they create real problems. Again, okay, there we go. We got flow again, at least. The pipe is completely full. I should be getting 300 on this, both sides. There's nothing coming through here. Okay. 180, 190. Maybe it just needs to fill up now or something. Now it's 500. Well, that's not 480, but it's building to 480. That's good. What is going on? These pipes are so strange, man. Maybe I should put the pump way down here. Why is this 0? Why is this 0? Why is this 300? What the hell? You are so weird. Is it? Oh, it's because it's full, so it can't do anything. Why is this not doing? All right, let's take this pump out. We're gonna have to. Yeah. Let's just take the pump out. I don't think this is gonna work. We're probably gonna have to take this guy out as well. But that's the only way to connect these two things. So I really hope this unstoppers it. Now we're gonna need another pump. Let's just put a Mark II in here since we're screwing around. Now we can't, of course. I'm not really sure how to handle that. I guess I can do, like, I have this vertical setup. It's not doing it, though. Let's just do noodle. No, noodle doesn't work. Auto? Auto is even worse. All right, here's what we're going to do. We're going to put the pump down here. We're going to put it right there, even though it's not much space. We could put it right here. That would work. All right, let's put it right here. And we'll do that. Is it getting stuck? I think it is. Look, it's getting stuck on that floor hole. Again, I think these are just bugs. This thing is just bugged all to hell. Alright, let's power this guy, because we do need to get it up into the system here. Need to change to my other alternate swatch. I think this floor hole is causing an issue. Actually, remember last time it was this. So let's redraw this pipe. It also can be Mark IIs. So, oh, now we got to switch back. Hold on. All right, sweet. All right. Okay, we're good. Now let's switch these to Mark 1s, because that could be a problem as well. I've heard Mark 1 is kind of not great pipe. Or Mark 2 can have bugs. So let's switch all this stuff out. No, literally just switch it out. Are you Mark 1? No, you're Mark 2. Let's take this off. Yep, we're having an issue. Let's redraw this whole thing. We might have to also redraw it up top too, because this pipe might be getting stuck now. So let's see how far we go with this thing. Where's the head lift now? It's going to that valve. Let's redraw this whole thing, apparently. Now our thing is probably going to die. Alright, we got some real problems going on now. There we go. Alright, how high is this going? It's stopping right there. Well, I don't know if we can go this whole way, and I'm not using a junction. Oh, I can. Okay. The floor hole's stopping us up. Again, I don't know if that's going to work. Let's see. Okay, now it works. The fluid will flow through. I can't look at the pipe. How high are we getting? Almost all the way. We just need one more of these guys. Let's put it, like, right here, I guess. Okay, cool. Now we should be able to get all the way up that pipe. Well, as soon as I power it, right? Should have just put it higher. I should put it right there, actually. In fact, let's change it to be here. It was going about right there, right? It's not going to go through the floor hole. Yep, that means we have a pipe issue on top. These are bugs, guys. They're a little bit frustrating. I'm not gonna lie. I'm a little bit frustrated right now. Okay, let's just take this system out. Let's take the whole thing out. There we go. Will it go now? No. The floor hole has to be taken out. Let's put another floor hole in. I don't know if we can put one right here. Do we have to reconnect it, or is it going to connect? Looks like I think it might connect. Let's try it. No. Okay, what we can do is take all of this out and try to draw it straight in. Let's just draw it straight in. I don't have any pipe. There we go. Let's do horizontal to vertical. No, we want this, but horizontal to vertical. We want indicator, though. Actually, let's do this. There we go. Let's see if that works. That also might not work. Nope, it doesn't like that. Is this powered? It is. It's getting fluid. It's just not letting it through. Well, we're going to have to fix this. We're going to have to figure this out. Fixed! Alright, so I actually recorded the fix of this, but I lost the footage somehow. It's really the same setup that I already explained. That's why I left the original explanation in the video. It's still the same 3 in, 4 out. Except I did also expand after this video was all the way cut. I actually put a third, what's it called, power shard into each of these guys to just overclock the heck out of them. So they're maxed overclock. These are doing 600, and this one's doing 300. So now we're getting 1500 per minute. We don't have to tap new nodes, at least for now. We just have to make sure that we are getting all of that oil all the time, right? And they're actually limited to 375 a piece, and that's what I found out. We just have to limit them. Also, it's weird that we're having some sloshing. I didn't notice that before. When it sloshes back to like 400, it means some stuff is coming out of the top of the platform right here. And I put also valves here so it wouldn't slosh back, but apparently it's not working. I'm not exactly sure. Got a little bit of slosh, but that's okay. I think on this side it's regulated just fine. Yeah, these are going 600 a minute just because I think there's a train here. It's emptying out the buffer. See? It's supposed to do that. So I also kind of balance these as well, and they're actually perfect. They should not look like this. Where's the train? Oh, it just left. Well, it's 3,000 already. I mean, it's fast, but not that fast. But the balancing did work. That's what I wanted to show you. We have evenly balanced pipes now, and that setup is a lot better. We don't have any floor holes right here to contend with. We have Mark II pumps. It's a much, much cleaner system. That's, again, something I'm learning in the last couple of episodes, is how to make pipe systems that are more stable and clean. Again, this fluctuates a lot. I'm not exactly sure how that can be since this is set to 375. But it's got to be because it's sloshing back and forth in this pipe. It's the only thing I can think of. And that is what it is. What it is. I don't know how you slosh uphill and downhill, but okay. It does it. So it just does it. It might be because it's sloshing from here. Again, okay. Weird, but cool. This guy is... Yeah, we should be seeing about 375 coming in here regardless of what's in the other pipe. Yeah. So it's stable once it gets past the valve, which is good. I also did not set any... I didn't set anything on these valves, just left them wide open, which is totally fine. It's really just to prevent that slosh back. So now we've got 1,500 per minute, and it's actually a really pretty stable system right there. So this is what I like to see, but it also makes me a little nervous. Okay, we have train cars. That means we have oil, and the oil's starting to back up back here, which is good. We want that, right? But I'm a little bit nervous that we're not producing enough residual and other things, and we're going to have a power problem. 600 per minute. Very good. Very nice. Very nice. So maybe we don't have a problem. I have like oil refinery PTSD or some crap. See? See what I'm saying? It's offline again. Why? Why are you not making enough turbo fuel? You've got everything you need to make the turbo fuel. God, are you kidding? Jesus. All right, let's go see what we need to do. We might have to go back and we shouldn't have to. Okay, the coal is still running. That's awesome, actually. So we should be able to just drive the train over there. Well, we have to disconnect some stuff. Why is this shut off? Is it because I disrupted the oil for a little while? Probably. That's probably why. But because this thing is literally on like it's even though we think quote unquote we're producing 480 per minute, it's like we're not. It's like we're just not. And this is a bug too, man. It's just like we're not basically producing, 480 per minute. Well, we just unstoppered the oil, and I just remembered that because we're actually overproducing residual, we aren't using 1,200 per minute of oil. But we are using a lot. Like, we're using almost that amount. So, Again, we just have to get that train to go over there. I bet you these are almost full. I bet you they're almost full. It should still be producing, actually, because we're running on a different system, right? What? Oh, it's not going in because it doesn't have any power. Let's go flip this on. But I need to take some stuff off, right? I need to disconnect a lot of these systems. We don't need oil now, so let's disconnect this. Well, we'll just disconnect it from here, right? Come on. Come on. There we go. Let's disconnect this, right? Let's just disconnect the main system. Again, I wish there was a switch you could use to do this, but there isn't. So you get what you get. Now I should be able to hook the train back up and not have any problems. So let's hook that train up, and then we can get the platforms loading is really what it is. When the platform needs power, so it can load turbo fuel. Let's turn it on. Why does it say 7,500? So it's up to 13K, and I don't know if it's going to stay there. I think what happened was all that messing around with the crude caused the crude just to not come in fast enough. It's such a tight system right now. It just wasn't coming in fast enough. So I've reconnected at least the rail to go so the crude can go get more crude oil, and we already have a train coming back, which is nice. Somebody just dropped off, so we know that we got plenty of crude now. And see, the problem too is it takes a while for all these guys to rebuffer and restart their processes and everything, get us up to 600. We're almost there, which is really lucky. We didn't lose a lot of time, but it does cause issues, or it can, right? We're not up to 600 yet. So these guys are not going to be running at full blast. Also, these guys have to rebuffer too, see? So we're having issues all around the board here with just not getting enough stuff in. Let's go see what we're doing over here as far as machines now again. Okay, we're up to 1440, right? That's our max, but again, I don't think that's going to last. I think we're going to burn through that fuel, and we're going to have nothing. I'm going to reconnect this just because we can. And here's what I had to do. I had to disconnect these guys, actually. Ah, see? And why would the... We have 1400. Why would this happen? We don't even have over that capacity, so that's weird. What just happened? 9,000. We're producing 1,400. I don't understand what the problem is here. Look, 13,800. Why would this blow a fuse? Okay. Weird. It should have been fine, but it wasn't. So sometimes the fuses get blown when nothing should blow them. I don't know. Wait, let's just leave it there, guys. Leave it there. All right, so I think our system is up and running again. It's just very fragile. It's because we have barely enough crude oil, barely enough this and that, right? We upped from 360 to 480 because we had barely enough turbo fuel. I mean, it should work technically, but it wasn't, right? Because of slosh and other things with liquids. With liquids, you definitely want to overproduce, and I would say probably almost by double. Because slosh is going to kill a lot of your items per minute, or fluid per minute, right? It says you think you're going to get the X amount because you're used to working with solids. But fluids, not the same beast, so definitely want to make sure you fix your fluids. We should be getting 180 here, or 120. See? It's not. This is not going to work. Getting half, right? Getting 240 a minute is not going to be fast enough. Why is it not producing? 600. 300. 300. These guys are these guys all buffered? Maybe they're not. No, not really. They're not buffered up yet. So we've got a big problem with our manifold too. It takes forever to refill the manifold. It would be nice to have a board where you could look at your flow per second or per minute, like in a central location. Like you could put like a radio thing here that would read it and send it off to a board or something like that. So you don't have to come all the way over here to check it all the time. You could, and it would just notify you. Oh my God, you dropped under 200. You better go fix this. That would be really cool. Yeah, we're only running about half of our machines, maybe a little bit more than half now. So that's going to hurt us. That could be a problem. We might run out. I don't know. It is what it is. Getting this system back online is just really tricky. Gonna cut this episode right here. Thanks for hanging out while I fix this. I am pretty frustrated. I'm trying to not let it show through the video a lot because it's just super frustrating when things kind of feel like they're just bugging out. It's not really that I'm not... And well, the fluids thing was not understanding the fluid system, but also... there's no way to know that. You have to literally go to the internet and kind of guess and like look at what other people are doing and stuff like that. We're having an issue with oil for sure. We got to fix that. And I'm going to do that on the next episode. Let's actually, we are not doing that yet, are we? Why don't we do this after we add more oil? Because that's like really more important now. So we're going to switch those two for the next episode. I will see you on the next one. Stay frosty.